When you are into the process of rabbit farming, there are few things you need to consider as a farmer in the process of rabbit farming. The reason for which you need to consider these things because the animal is very prolific. So when you are into the process and you're not taking some key things into place, then at the end of the day you will miss out on what you are doing at your rabbit tree or at your rabbit farm. Like for instance, when you want to start the process of rabbit farming or when you are already into the process of rabbit farming, one of the things you should not always forget about is to be on alert when your rabbit have any emergency. Emergency in terms of health, emergency in terms of cages, emergency in terms of feed. Because this animal you see in my hand, it don't like to be inconvenienced. And when you introduce a system to the farm, you need to keep that system rotational. You need to keep that system active. And that's brought us to the kind of a way we should treat our rabbits. These are not just animals that we just cage and go about our normal business. And when we feel, then we come to see how they are doing or we give them feed or water. I don't like to tell people to always do that. This is a venture that when you get into it, you must always know that it's a time-sensitive diet venture that requires your absolute attention and energy. So, in order for you to mastermind profit, you got to know that you got to keep your hand on deck and work thoroughly to ensuring that you get profit. And now one few points I want to stress this morning. If you are a person that is interested in engaging into the process of rabbit farming, you don't have to start with more rabbits. I don't like to encourage that. You don't have to start with more rabbit. All you can do, is to really start with the first few rabbit, like maybe 3 female and 1 male. I'll come to that, the reason for which you're getting more female than a male rabbit. I'm going to discuss that as well. But actually starting less and growing make you to understand and have more knowledge on how it is to become successful in rabbit farming. But when you go about getting swallowing all of rabbit and then you want to get to the peak you want to go, at times even you have started from the 50 rabbit, but you could see you could decline to like 10-15 rabbit. All of them could just be dying from one stage to another, only because on certain things you did not observe when you are engaging yourself into the process of rabbit farming. And which of course I don't like to encourage that. It's always need to be patient when you comes to the process of rabbit farming. I like to be specific about that because some of the farmers will always say, oh, but as soon as they start the process, it's like YouTube creators, content creators. The moment they post their first video, they are expecting to get millions of subscribers and millions of views. It does not work that way, okay? It got to do with time, consistency, and designs, and your mind should not rest. It's the same applies to rabbit farming. I see rabbit farming to be that way, bringing in new styles to your bonus, bringing in new activities to your bunnies. Even sometimes you hang out with your bunnies, give them free range to like run around and exercise themselves, right, in a perimeter that you know you have full control of them. And once you are doing that, then you begin to see the reason why you can become successful. Another point is that when you are having a rabbit like this rabbit, this is a female rabbit and this is a New Zealand white rabbit, but this rabbit is scary. As you can see it, she's a very big female. She's already a mature rabbit. Now she's ready to give birth, and the matter of fact, she's always giving good kids. So what's going to make her to perform very well when she is pregnant is how you're going to relate to her when you are giving her feed. Yes, this is the reason for which I like to tell people, always making your duties to observe and have contact with the rabbit. How many of the rabbit farmers will really enter your rabbit cage or your rabbit house and you see all of them are like attention because they are already waiting for you to start engaging them one after the other because they're already used to that. But there are some people at their rabbit farm, the moments they enter their place, all the rabbits start to run to hide because the way the reaction to the rabbit is not that fine. Maybe cleaning up the rabbit area, then you are like pushing the rabbit, knocking on the rabbit, or you are like kind of just chunking the feet on the rabbit, pulling the water for the rabbit, and the water is flashing all on the rabbit. That's not being honest with the rabbit. So the rabbit is smart enough. The rabbit could have another thing on mind. So what? Rabbit always deal with plan B. Plan B is somebody want to get rid of me. Because you know what? The animal is not strong enough to fight back giant stuff. And when it sees you as a human, how are you going to relate to it? That's how you guys going to go ahead and even become successful. So when your rabbit is comfortable with you, there is no limit in how many kids you can get from that rabbit, because they can already become a good mom, even though there are some horrible rabbit. And the reason why you are going to get few male rabbit at your farm is to avoid confusion. The matter of fact, few male rabbit going to give you male children as well when they start breeding. So what is the essence of you getting many male rabbits when you are engaging into the process for commercial purposes? Okay, so I always like to recommend you to get like maybe 5 female rabbits, and you get like a single male rabbit. That is, you get 5 doe and 1 buck, and then that 1 buck can run after those 5 female rabbits. He can run over all of them one after another, and then you can do that on a schedule basis. And at the end of the day, you will see those 5 rabbits, when they gave birth, each of them 5 kids, at most minimum 5 kids, because rabbit can give birth to up to 6 kids, 10 kids, 16 kids, 14 kids, 15 kids. But the minimums you should be expecting is 3, 2, 4, 5. So let's just take 5 kids. So 5 times 5 female rabbit is 25 rabbits kids you have already gotten. And then when they start to grow up, when they are reaching the weaning stage to a point that you can differentiate the male between the female, the kids, you will notice that there will still be some male among them. So what is the essence of bringing more male at your rabbit farm when you are engaging to the process of commercial purposes? It's not great, because you know why? Myself here, I always use the male rabbit for meat. When they are excess, I do kill some and eat for meat. I know the value of rabbit meat, the nutrient, the protein, the value. So I had to go for it. I eat it as well. Okay, so another thing when you visit your rabbit hatch in the morning time is you have to always find out whether all of your rabbits slept well. Yeah, somebody might say, but this sounds funny, but it's really serious. Find out how all of your rabbits are doing in each cages. That is by screening them, holding them, playing with them. When there is anything that is wrong, maybe it's not eating the feed, then you're going to notice the quantity of feed or the quantity of water for the amount of days. Then you're going to notice that something's wrong with my bones. But when you are already doing these things, you will notice that whenever they break, the bunny will be expecting you to come and visit them before even you go out for work. Like for me, I'm a full-time person that work as a finance person at my office. But this is one thing that always make me to get up from bed very early. By 5 o'clock, I'm lying down on my bed. 6 o'clock, I'm in the bathroom, and I'm right to my rabbit hatch, run over them, and right after that, I go and dress up, go to work. No trek and no stress. And then 4 o'clock when I sign out, boom, I get home, maybe 4:30, change my clothes, take a little rest, pop. 5 to 6, I'm right at the rabbit hatch. That's the evening hour to know how they doing, how they went through their day. And so my little boy, who is always keeping his hand on deck, and my little girl are also backing me up, so I don't have no stress at my farm. Okay, so when my first been coming, I said, "But sometimes you can have the rabbit more and everything can get lost." I said, "Yeah, I can sell out to people because you know what, I am planning, I am designing to start a very big construction in where I'm standing that has to do with cages that will be maybe hosting like up to 500 to 1,000 rabbits. So right now I'm selling, but I don't temper with Maria breeders. Okay, I like to say Maria breeders because those are good mom. So when they bring out children, when I give in those children, I'm concord that those children are very good mom. Liberia is the kind of country that we need to gear into rabbit farming. Okay, because if you look at our daily consumption as it relates to meat, we have a lot of great soup in Liberia. We got a lot of great soup and a lot of great cook in Liberia, but only international people benefit quality nutrients from our country. Don't get me wrong. If you are a typical citizen of Liberia and you cannot afford the fees to get maybe the kind of fish you want from the ocean or the river, or the kind of chicken you need from the farm, then the only thing you're going to go for a second emotion is the frozen stuff on the box. And those kind of feed from the box are not always the kind of feed that are necessary for our body as human, because they have spent longer time on the vessel before even coming to Liberia, and reaching to Liberia again another time to get them out of the vessel and taking them to the box for storage, where they will be until a carton can be given up to a salesperson to say, yeah, you are paying your money for this carton, so now you can go and sell to get profit. And before you bring it to the consumer, you are bringing nothing valuable but just illness. And this is the reason for which you see Liberians today within the building a property, build a house, suffer a lot, and before you know they say typhoid, and before you know they say fever, before you know they say malaria, and it kills them automatically. Because why? The blood has not been supported adequately over the past decades. You are eating inferior meat and chicken. Okay, so what do you expect? And as human evolution, for each stage we reach, certain things have to take place in the body, certain changes have to take place in the body. But there you are, 24/6, morning, evening, afternoon, you are eating things that are not even meant for your body, but you don't even care. This is why we are into the process, and I'm encouraging every Liberians who have the desire to get into the process, and I can always back you up. You know, I can come on your farm and I can assist you on your endeavor. I can prop you up. So when you visit your rabbit hatch in the morning, you first learn to change the drinking water of the rabbit more frequently, because it's not really necessary good for you to have the rabbit water staying for the 4-5 days in the same bowl or whatever you are giving the rabbit. Change the water. And the rabbit feed as well. I got a pattern at my farm that once the feed sleep at the rabbit hatch, when I come the next morning, I like to observe it thoroughly for rabbit urine, because the rabbit has its own system. Once the rabbit pee on the feed, it will no longer consume that feed. And that's why myself, once I noticed that, then myself had to just clear out and put new feed. Getting a random of feed for the rabbits are also great. That's why I always tell people there's a video I got on my channel that is talking about the kind of feed you give to your rabbit in African setting. I'm also working on another project that is very great. That project is the kind of feed you should not give to your rabbits in African setting. Though people in the United States or Europe, Asia are giving them to their rabbit because the kind of health facility they got. But on my channel, I'm telling you, I'm discouraging you not to give the feed to your rabbit, because if you start to give the feed to your rabbit, you will encounter serious challenges in terms of health complicated issues. So guys, I just want to say I'm brief on this one. This morning I just visited my hatch and I'm like kind of cool this morning. Just share these few tips with you.